Hi, I'm Lenny B, voiceover audio engineer, and I'm glad you're here. This is a very exciting episode we're just about to start. This is an entire series on marketing for voiceover. All the information that we talk about in these episodes comes from a fairly new course that I have. It's called Modern Synergy Marketing for Voiceover, and it's available on my website. Get more information about it, lennyb.com. But these basically are open sessions. It's a one-on-one session with a voiceover artist, one of my clients. Her name is Julie OConnell. And we are going from the very beginning and we're going to go all the way to the end about marketing her business and how to do it, how to get her from where she is. And really, she wants to do voiceover full time and make a nice income and a comfortable living doing what she loves to do. So we're going to be sharing. I really don't see an end to this because the content can continue. And this is a very exciting episode because Julie has produced her very first version, her very first draft of a marketing video, which we've been working on and talking about. So we're going to see this video and we're going to critique it and show her how it could be improved, how it could be a more effective marketing piece for her voiceover business. So let's join the one-on-one coaching session with myself and Julie OConnell. We're back to talk about your marketing, and I saw that you sent me a couple videos, so we're going to go over that today. Very cool.
All righty.
Are you, how, I'm trying to think of how I want to present this.
Okay.
Again, it's really, really cool that you're doing this because we're letting people kind of behind the scenes and showing the process.
Right.
And I have some thoughts, and I know you do too. And it's great to we have to put. Here's what I call. This is what I call this. This is a creative thing that we're both working on together, and we're going to add things from each of us, and it's going to make the final product better. But it's like being in a band. It's like you're the lead singer, and I'm the guitar player, and we got to work together. And bands break up because people, you know what I'm saying? So this is, I believe I've found that there's a really good process to do that. Is somebody's got to put the lump of clay on the table, and it's not shaped yet, and then we each go, okay, we'll try this. Okay, can I do this? Yeah, let's give that a shot. And eventually you mold the clay and build the project to be something. And it's important. I'm not saying this for you and I because I know we already have this, but it's also important to two things: respect the other person. Otherwise, it's going to get dirty fast. But also, check your ego. And this is not for us. This is for anybody that's doing something, working together on a creative. Check your ego because you may miss a talent that somebody has because you're so focused on your own ideas and concepts. And what happens is, it's Lennon and McCartney. I've said this a couple times. If you could be really talented, do a great job, and have control of the entire thing, and just have other people do the production. That's something that's cool. But more often than not, two people offering their own talents, and they're good at their own separate things, will make something together better than anybody can do separately. It's sometimes it gets sterile. I don't know. I know we're getting into the adjectives of anyway.
I understand. I totally agree.
I know you do. So, and I know we have that, and I think we're also, it's good. I saw, so here, let me back up and kind of reset. You did 2 videos, and I think what I'm going to do in the video that I post on YouTube for our session, I'll play both of them or one of them. But first,
they're the same.
Yeah, tell me the difference. I noticed that too. So one's got music. What's the difference between the 2 videos? And then I'll play one here in a second.
Okay.
What?
One of them is jump cuts, and one of them is crossfades for my transitions. I originally had jump cuts, and then I made the mistake of reading some Reddit threads about jump cuts these days.
Yes.
Because I'm used to seeing them on all kinds of videos. Yes. And my eyeballs used to it. It's not jarring. It just depends on how many of them there are, but it's kind of...
Let me describe this. So a jump cut is just a quick cut, and where the crossfade is one blends into the other. It's an editing thing. We're doing marketing. This is you've created your first video that is going to be used as part of your marketing to grab people, to grab likely clients, to magnetically attract ideal clients and bring them towards you and your product, which is your voiceover specialty, and you're focusing on meditation. So that's what we're talking about here is the very, very first effort video. You haven't posted it yet. This was just your first video that you've created. Yeah. Or maybe you did post it. I don't know.
No, it's not ready. I didn't
Okay.
do my graphics yet.
Oh, good.
And
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was going to lay music or not. I'm not sure about the music one.
Okay,
I laid music on one of them. So
yeah, there's music on the one with the fades. Okay. And then the other one just has jump cuts. What I'm going to do, because it really doesn't matter, I'm going to play, let's go ahead and play right now the first video. And I'm going to just say the one with the music, because it's a little bit closer to maybe what you've intended. Is that cool? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. So this is Julie's very first draft. This is not done. We're going to break this apart and talk about the strengths, talk about what could be better and what it says. And so this is just the first lump of unshapen clay on the table. Here it is, Julie's video. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Julie, and I'm a voiceover artist. I voice all kinds of things, but one thing I specialize in is voiceovers for meditation and affirmations. And I wanted to share with you the difference between the two. So, meditation is the practice of quieting your mind and body to promote stillness, tranquility, and peace, to attain a state of calmness. There are different types of meditations, one of them being guided meditation, which are led by a guide, either in person or by video or audio. Affirmations are short phrases or statements meant to uplift and empower you when listened to or repeated. They can even be used in your guided meditations. For example, one of my clients wrote her own guided meditation script, including her affirmations, and hired me to voice it and lay beautiful music in the background. And I actually heard from her recently, and she still listens to it to this day and loves it. There are so many good guided meditations out there. I'm so passionate about this stuff. In fact, one of my very favorite guides, he's an Australian man. His name is Jason Stevenson, and I love his stuff. I'm going to put his link in the description, and if you're interested, you should definitely look him up. His stuff has almost 1 billion views and puts me to sleep almost every night. I love him. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I do voiceovers. And if you are interested in meditation, or if you need a voiceover for your guided meditations or affirmations, you can go to my website, which is choosejuliesvoice.com, and submit to me your script. I will send you a free sample back, and if you like my voice, maybe we can work together. I'll be diving a little more deep and detailed about all this good stuff in the future. See you next time. Thanks for watching.
Julie, first of all, you did a fantastic job. I think you are so close to being able to do this on a consistent level. Tell me what were the frustrations doing it? And we're going to break every little piece. I have so much to tell you. This is just great. So just tell me about doing it, and it's like pushing record, putting your face in the camera, and then watching it back. How was that generally?
Well, I think I made the mistake of, and you had told me to make bullet points.
Yes.
And I was afraid that I was going to stammer. So I actually wrote out a script originally.
Okay.
I didn't read it, as you can tell from my eyeballs, but I was trying, I don't know why I was trying to do it all in one take.
Yeah.
And I was getting frustrated. So I was recording it in pieces and trying to memorize my line and then say it. So I think it's a little stiff when I watch it back. I think it may be a little slow, but that's how I talk. So I think I could pick it apart real good if I wanted to. It was really fun though. And once I got all of the outtakes out of there and it started flowing a little more nicely, then I started concentrating on the tech stuff, and I'm working on I don't want a lot of graphics or anything, but because it doesn't really call for that in this video, but I just want to make it prettier, more clean, And then for sure on the next one, I already have tons of goals on how I'm going to present in a more relaxed state and things like that.
Here's my very first impression.
Okay.
I felt that you were, let's first talk about memorizing and delivering and stuff. I felt you were really kind of stiff in the beginning, and you totally loosened up kind of the second part. And I'm gonna share with you, gosh, I know what that's like, and I'm gonna share with you the things that I do to help you. And then we're gonna look at version 2, and the next time we meet, maybe we could look at another version. Okay. So what I've found is when you're doing video, lean into the editing. The editing isn't just to make it pretty when it's finished. The editing is for you to, it gives you the freedom to shift time. It gives you the power to time travel, really, is what it does. So the bullet points need to be in here. The bullet points, and I don't know if you've done it because there's a lot of stuff. You've got your lighting, you've got the cameras in your face. Did I push record? Am I recording the audio? There's a lot going on. So, and a lot you can get you get lost in. But you push the record, and so you and I are from the day of the reel-to-reel tape recorder, like you're going to run out of tape. Doesn't exist anymore. So that's a thing, right? I don't know if we talked about this before. So there's like a clock ticking. It's gone. You have to take that off. So you push record and go, is everything good? Okay, that's done. We're rolling. So now you focus on the message. And I'm going to go through all these things again because sometimes you might forget them. Remember, you need an avatar. Who are you talking to? You're talking to a person. It's just one person, and it's the ideal client. Put a face. Go in a magazine and get a person and just say, okay, that looks like somebody that might do what that's who I'm talking to, and stick it on the wall. And or give them a name, make up a name or whatever. Oh, it's Linda Martin, and okay, Linda, I'm talking to Linda Martin. She's the producer, and she's the person that wants to put her meditations and may need a voiceover, and she's searching this information of what I'm talking about right now. So this is for Linda. So in your head, you're talking, that's all you're doing is you're talking to Linda. So then you stop, you're recording, and you go, okay, bullet points. Okay, instead of doing, the thought process when you write out the bullet points in your head, you're thinking, okay, what do I need to do? I need to do this. I need to do that. Just take the writing out of it and now do it in your head while you're just talking. Okay, what do I need to do? Okay, the first thing I need to talk about is what this subject is. Hey, you may be wondering what the difference is between meditations and affirmations, and I'm gonna explain both of those for you. And then you could stop. That would be where a jump cut is. Then you said, okay, wait a minute. In my head,
so easy.
I know. And then in your mouth, and then in your brain, you go, okay, what's the next thing? And I need to introduce myself with my brand because that's what we talked about on the roadmap. Hey, by the way, my name is Julie. I do voiceovers and I specialize in meditations. There's two things that really people are looking like, what's the difference between those two? And I feel you, Linda Martin, because in your head, this is what you're thinking, right? You're just talking to her because you're talking to somebody, the only person that you're talking to, and I don't know your title, but I imagine that that's what your title should be. What's the difference between affirmations and meditation? And I think that's really, that's great, searchable, that's really good. And then you're telling her, you're like, hey, Linda Martin, we're going to just use that. That was the name of our avatar on one of the radio stations that we use. So I'm just saying. So in your head, you're like, Linda Martin, hey, I'm what you're looking for to answer this question. That's all you have to think about. So do those bullet points in your head. My point is, now I could pause and go, okay, gather my thoughts, and I'm not moving my face. And then I just start talking again and redoing it. I'm using the editing as the leverage. You know what I mean? Those jump cuts aren't because I'm forgetting my line. Those jump cuts are just merging one thought process to the next thought process. So try to kind of think of it that way. I've done it exactly how you did it. I've done it a bunch of other ways. I've done it other ways, but I'm sharing you with my way of how I think I get to the right thing easiest. And I'll tell you why, is because I want to get to the second half. I want to get to Julie's vibe faster. I want you to be, and then also think this in your head. You can do this 15 times. And the second time you do it, you'll be more comfortable with all the lines. And the third time you do it, you'll be more comfortable. And if you've got an appointment or you got to make a phone call in 15 minutes, just stop. Do what you got to, take everything off your head. You got to be really in the moment and nothing else has to be pulling you. But I also wanted to tell you, you said, you make it look so easy. It is a muscle that I've exercised for years. So I've done this over and over again on the radio. So that's why I think I'm comfortable doing it. But I want to teach you my headspace and why I was thinking about doing it that way. How do you feel about that, doing it? How different is that from what you did?
A little bit. The only thing that makes me a little bit, are you saying you don't write anything down? Not
Yeah,
your bullet points even?
yes, just to get a game plan. But
Okay.
but then I
Okay.
don't really look at it. And there's
Okay.
one other thing you can do, but I want to talk about it. That's an alternative. So I wouldn't read it. Now just think about it, because it should be simple enough for you to make sense of it in your head. Otherwise, it's too complicated for somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
So yeah, so then it would be a little bit. You were trying. You'd look at the script and then you'd go back to the camera. Is that what you would do? How were you doing it?
Yes.
Okay, you can, but to me, you're putting Julie in the anchor woman mode, and I don't want that.
Absolutely, it is, and I don't want that either.
No. That's what I missed. I missed like our conversations right now. I missed just you being you, and that Julie, just you and you being relaxed. And I can tell you the outtakes. I do. It's really great. I show you what I do. So I'll go. Okay, I'm looking at my roadmap with the things. Hi, it's Lenny. Hey, oh, for God's sake, I got to do that again. Hold on, stand by. Here we go. Hey, it's Lenny B. I'm a voiceover audio engineer. Or I'll mispronounce something wrong and go, what's wrong? I'll talk to myself. What's wrong with you? Looking in the camera. What is wrong with you, Lenny B, today? You need more water? What's the problem? Oh, you have an appointment. Something's on your mind. I'll talk to myself. It's good. You have to just get used to doing that. Remember, Julie? I remember the 4-year-old Julie walking around with a little tape deck. That's what I want. I want that Julie. You're playing. You really should be playing.
Okay. That's good. Yeah.
I want to tell you, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's some of the other things that I would adjust and modify. I believe that what was your title? Tell me what your title is. What was the title of this video?
I actually have it all written down with the description.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may have sent that to you. Well, it's in that folder, but
it is. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Just hit me with the title just of what you were thinking.
Okay, it's meditation versus affirmations. What's the difference?
Love it. And is the colon? What's the difference? Yeah.
I did 2 dashes. You want a colon?
There's SEO. Some people say that the colon and then something else grabs people more attention. Don't worry about it. It doesn't really matter. You do it. It really doesn't matter. Do what you do. I think that's really sticky. I believe that's your title and just your content is really sticky. I think you're going to get a lot of hits. Just because you're going to get a lot of hits by people who are interested in exactly that. So I think it's a great subject.
Okay.
I will tell you that I would stop there. I would not. I think your guy that you introduced us to and your favorite is another video. I think I would focus on these 2 things.
Okay.
And I would simplify it. And, yeah, because it's just introducing, it's just another hoop that you're having them walk through. I would take it. So we really have 2 videos here, not just one, because
great.
Yes, I really do believe that for this and for getting started, make it simple.
Okay.
So I would just try to be you in the beginning and say, you could even say, I know why you're here. I have the same question. What is the difference between affirmation and meditation? I had no idea until I did, and I want to share it with you. By the way, my name is Julie. I do voiceovers for meditation. That's my specialty, but I'm a huge fan. It's my passion, so I want to share this with you. You're giving something, and you're saying what it is. Now, I watched your video two to 3 times because I watched both of them a couple times, 4 times, I guess, and then we've talked about it a little bit, but I see the bullet points. They were the bullet points for me, and I was magnifying what you were doing, were not clear in the beginning because I think there was too much, like the guy you were introducing the guy, which is a totally great thing. But so that's why I'm saying just kind of simplify, take some pressure off. So
all right.
And then you go, so meditation. And here is the 3rd suggestion I have for you.
Okay.
So I'm just critiquing. You just ran a play in football, and I'm telling you how I think you could be better.
Great.
We're looking at the tape. The other thing, I think that you on camera and the cuts got a little monotonous, and that nothing ever changed. And I started focusing on the intricacies of like the cuts, and it was almost distracting, which is okay. And
I agree with
you
you.
feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not, hurting me or anything. I totally
Okay,
agree
good.
with you.
Good. Yeah, because by us addressing them and coming up with a solution or a workaround or something different, it's just going to keep making it better. So I felt that too. Good. I felt that. And Julie, I'm going to give it to you straight, because if I just say, "Oh, it was good," yeah, put it out. That's not going to help you, right? Oh my God, Julie, I loved it. It was so good. You're really
No, that doesn't
talented.
help me, right?
You are
Yes,
talented, and I know we could do it. We're just going to shape this and redo it, because that's what we're here
sure.
for, right? So I hope, I don't want people to think like you're a little heavy-handed with her. This is her
No,
first try.
no,
I know.
I'm not an ounce insulted. I
Okay,
mean,
good.
I need this
It's
information.
yes,
I
yes.
want it to be the best it can be. I agree with everything you said and completely noticed that too, and I appreciate it.
And I should also say here, just so I'm not a complete a-hole, I could go back. You and I could go back to one of my videos right now, and I will have critiques for it. So I am not perfect in any way. I can always continue to make it better. That's what we're on this path here. So I should just throw that out there. So I'm not saying that my stuff is perfect in any way at all. I need help too. So here's the thing. I believe we can use some simple graphics, and I love Keynote. I know you're an Apple computer person.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning right now. That's why they're not up yet
Okay, so good. So you
on that.
mentioned that, and I think that'll really help. And think about it this way: it's really, really going to take some more pressure off you, because here's what I feel. I always look at the videos in two different ways. There's business, and then there's like visuals and heartfelt information. So there's like the business side of it, and then there's more like the we're just talking. Business is where I do the graphics. So you go, what's the difference between affirmation and meditation? I would have affirmation on this side and meditation, and then you're going to just kind of list the two. And you can always go back to those graphics and add them. So then let's think about this. You've got an intro, which you could do is really easy. It's just one bullet point, and then you're going to introduce yourself and say, so it's basically what I did before, right? And then really for the middle part, it could be all the graphics, and then maybe you just come back at the end and say, hey, by the way, like I said, I'm a voiceover person. You search this information, and I hope this totally helped you. But if you're ever looking for a voiceover for meditation, I'm your gal. That's kind of what I do. If you've got a script or something, send it to me. Just be yourself. So now I really only have two bullet points in the beginning, and one at the end. Everything, all the other business is, and that also makes a better reason why you would want to only take the guy out for this one, not share that. We'll do that next time. And then for that one, I was thinking an intro. Hey, if you're into meditation like I am, it's one of my favorite things. I got to share this guy who I love, and I'll tell you the reasons why. By the way, I do voiceover for meditation, and I want to introduce you to some. My name is Julie. I specialize in the meditation and affirmations for voiceover. But I found this one guy, and if you don't know him yet, if you're into meditation, you're gonna, you'll like. And then I would reach out to him. This is what I was thinking of when I heard you. You could reach out to him. If you don't get a response, it doesn't matter, because you're not selling this video that you're making. You're selling a different product. It should be okay. But really all you're doing is you're only sending this guy more fans, and you're saying that you're a fan. So I would just write a letter, say, look, I'm a voiceover person, and this is opening your network. Now we're talking about networking. I'm a voiceover person, and I specialize in meditation. You are probably in the top 5, and I listen to a lot of meditation, and I love what you do. I would like to feature you and drive some more traffic to your YouTube channel. Would you mind if I use some of your graphics and just talked about your stuff? I just want the verbal okay to make sure I'm not stepping on any toes. By the way, I loved your last, it was something specific. Boy, your class on whatever, your meditation on whatever is on is on repeat on my, on my, when I go to bed loop or whatever, And he'll write back and say, yeah, sure, use whatever you want. And then you can say, okay, cool. Do you have a high res picture maybe of a headshot that I could use? I'd love to do it. And this is one of the things I also do. I always will say, if you prefer, I'd be happy to send you the video before I post it, just so you can see what I'm doing. Because I know I don't want, just so you know and feel comfortable that what I'm doing is only going to be positive. I do no negatives, and it's not a critique. Because that's what that's going to be in their head right away. It's like, who is this person? Do I want to be associated with them? Is it professional? Or you could just take screenshots from the YouTube channel. You could take some footage that's already public, and you could you could put it up there. I would just make sure I didn't take a headshot that was done by a different photographer. If it's been credited by somebody, it gets a little bit, it could get a little bit hairy in some situations. You just don't want to step on somebody's toes. I've found that if you're always respectful and you at least, you just go for the olive branch in the beginning, people are usually pretty cool. I mean, we're all here to kind of help each other and point. All you're doing is helping. So you could say, as long as you say that the right way. And then what I would do, my point is 2 bullet points. Then you've got all his graphics and it's stuff that you're showing his meditation, his YouTube channel, his Spotify playlist, his stuff. And then you come back and say who you are. And again, that takes all the pressure off you and you've got stuff going on. So really, it's just that personality in your face when you're doing that one video makes it much easier. And you'll get better at learning how to grab the files, putting them in Final Cut or whatever thing you're using or something. So I think those are the biggest feedback things that I would tell you. And I know you have some graphics and stuff. What do you think?
I love everything you've said. Love.
Yeah, you're going to be good at this. I could tell. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we started doing it you're going to be good at it. I just need that. I need that real Julie. Relax. Just talk to.
That for sure was not her in that last one, and I could recognize that.
Yes, and I did, and it's scary, and I know you can do better, and it's going to take time. You have to do. And I've said this before, and I'll say it because it's really important. If your second video is better than your first video, you're moving in the right direction. This is the first time out, and even when we get it perfect from critiquing all this stuff, your 5th video is going to be way better than this one because you're going to get in it. You know what I mean? It's just going to keep getting better.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, that was one of my questions was about permissions.
Oh, good.
You said I need to reach out. I should reach out to him. Do you need permissions to put someone's links to their stuff in your stuff?
There's a ton of different rules about it.
Okay.
Here's what I would do. I'll give you a short answer, and it's really just what you should do anyway. What I would do is I would grab. This goes back to one of the things we talked about before, is doing the work for somebody. It's easier for him to just say no and move on to his day because he's got a lot going on. I'm sure he's working on his own business, or even if that's not his full-time job or whatever. Anybody's like that. Everybody's too busy, and you're asking for something. So really, the best thing would be is if I was him and I got an email from you that said, "Hey, I'm a huge fan. I would like to use your footage in the video in my video. Blah blah. Here is the finished video. This is what I want. This is what I'd like to use. Can you give me just approval before I post this? I just want to respect you, and I'd like to use this. I'm really just pointing people. I'm sending people your way. I just want to make sure before I use your image and likeness and talk about you, you're cool with it. I just want to introduce myself as a colleague because I'm also starting a YouTube channel, video and stuff too. Then all he has to do, and then I would just send him his part. The whole thing doesn't have to make sense. Maybe just the footage that he's in. And so he sees that. And this guy's great. I love what he's doing, and I listen to him constantly. And if you're looking for this, he's one of the best I've found. You know what I'm saying? And then all he has to do is watch his minute, and then he goes, "Oh my God, no, this is great, no problem. I'll be a fan. Send me the link so I can subscribe to your YouTube channel." And then now you've got a colleague. Now, then all of a sudden we become somebody who can interview that guy. Maybe in 6 months from now, you go, "I just wanted to say thanks again. The video that I did just, where I'm, fawning over you and telling you how awesome everybody agrees with me. Thanks again. By the way, would you be able to carve out 15 minutes just to talk about some meditation stuff?" And of course, and then you can do like what we're doing right now. That's kind of how it works. Yeah. And that would help you even more. Then maybe he may want to interview you for his stuff.
You make me cry all the time.
I could so see how sticky. When I say sticky, it's attracting people. What's the difference between affirmation? I had no idea. I don't know, and so I'm leaning on you to tell me.
Wait, did you personally know as Lenny B? Okay, because
No,
I kind of felt silly. I wondered if that was a silly subject because it seems so obvious. Just because I know it so well,
right?
So good. I'm really glad to know that I really will, because I thought, is this even a helpful video?
No, actually, if we reference the course, if we reference even go back to the bio writing course, it's perfect because you are a specialist. So what you want to do is talk to people that are interested but don't know. You're the expert. So this is exactly a good example of why you chose a very good, simple idea of what's the difference between, and I'm sure there's a ton of those questions that people have when you search. Sovle, I think it's called Sovle. I could be wrong, but if there's websites like that. God, I hope that's not something obscene, Sovle. I'll have to look it up, whatever. It's a website, and it shows you, if you put meditation, it shows you all of the search engines, like the top 15 search engines, and what people search in those search engines on the subject of meditation. So you can actually, yes, it's research. It shows you, most people are asking this question. And then, well, that's so stupid and simple. I should answer that question. Yeah. There's websites like that. And then, okay, but you got to caution. Yes, it's fun. It's a black hole to go down. But I'll tell you, I want to caution you that that's data that should help you make decisions from here, what you want your channel to be and what you're happy about. That data should supplement. I'm going to caution you here and everybody else listening. That data should supplement you and your decisions on what you want to do. It should not rule. And if you find data that actually goes against what you believe to be true, do what I'm telling you, do what you believe to be true. You could use that and say, okay, I wonder why. I don't know. I'll have to further research about it. I really feel strong about this. This is what I want to do, and this is and here's why. This all comes from radio programming. If I'm going to put together a radio station for, let's even pull back even further. Let's go to a party, a DJ at a party. If I were to pull back and say, okay, I have to figure out what songs I'm going to play for this group of people, for this wedding, for this party, whatever. If I have data, like, okay, I have a spreadsheet that shows me the age of everybody at that party. It shows me what city they were born in, and it shows me maybe I could say a multiple choice question. What do you prefer? Rock, disco, hip hop? Just even that three. Okay, if I have those three things in a spreadsheet, I can program the songs that will be a success. I want to relate to those people. But it's got to be also my flavor. And I just use that information. It should drive my personal decisions. This is going to be a good one, I think. But you make those decisions. The data supplements, but don't make sure it doesn't drive your decision. It should supplement your decision on what you should do. I feel really strongly, because then you're removing you out of this whole thing, and that's right. Then it's AI. That's the difference. That's the only difference between a computer program that just does something over and over again, and us. Any other? Tell me some other questions you have. But okay. I want to say something. I'm proud of you for doing it. I'm glad you did it. It is scary, and you're totally on your way. And I could see where this is going to be real. Again, I saw this before. It's going to be great, Julie.
Cool. That means a lot.
I can't see this not attracting. If you had 15 videos or 20 videos, I can't see this not attracting people that are into this stuff.
Oh, cool. I love it. I can't either, truthfully. I can't see it not attracting people too. So
yeah, those type of people, it will draw those people. They're going to watch it. They're going to go, oh my God, this is good. Thanks. I didn't know that. And what percentage of them are going to be looking for a voiceover? Maybe not a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
But eventually you're going to get on the radar.
Right. I get the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be all people needing my voiceover at all. I totally understand what our goal is, what we're doing.
Yeah. And it's like it's like you're in a rowboat, right? And every video as I'm rowing, right? Every video is like I'm rowing closer to my goal. That's what we're doing. Excuse me. But here's the thing. No one can stop you from building this. And the more you row, the closer you're going to get to you. That's the coolest part, is you have total control of this whole thing. And it's a long game. I mean, it's going to take some time. So more questions. Keep going.
All right. These are kind of small details, but I would love for you to tell me what, hashtags if I need hashtags in my description, and just how detailed my description needs to be.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. I'm going to just do this off the top of my head just to show you how simple it could be. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say what we've done is let's go back to the affirmations versus meditation. What's the difference? I would write. It's simply going to be a paragraph that probably says something similar to this. I'm just gonna, and I would write it, and you could fine tune it, and you could describe it. We want to make sure we're talking to the very first person, the person that has no idea what it is. And so I might do something like, if you're just starting to dip your toe into the idea of meditation, maybe you're and this is where those words come in. Maybe you're doing meditation yourself. Maybe you're a voiceover artist that is doing meditation. Maybe you're looking for somebody. Maybe you're looking for a voiceover artist to do meditation for you. So think about all those words that I just put in there. Those are keywords that have a purpose, but I'm not shoving keywords in there. I'm just describing. So that's, when you say hashtags, that's the same thing. It's the same thing. So it's going to come up in the search. Those keywords that you're using there that I'm interjecting naturally into the elementary description of what this video is about are going to be the right amount of effective. Hashtags are like if you're doing something specific on a celebrity and then you go hashtag whatever, you know what I mean? That person's celebrity or whatever. I would hashtag that guy on that video, whatever the guy's name is, the person that you like. Maybe that would be an appropriate hashtag, or meditation or affirmations, or probably. So those would be the three maybe for that one. For this, I would be meditation, affirmation, voiceover. I mean, maybe you want to put those would be the hashtags, but I feel
That's
that
what I did. I mean,
that's
that's
good.
what I have on this
Yeah,
sheet.
it's the major ones would be with hashtags that you maybe add at the end of the description, but it's really about putting all those details in the description.
Okay.
So, maybe you're this, maybe you're that, maybe you're looking for this. I wondered myself, what's the difference? When I first started, I didn't know the difference between affirmations and meditations. So here they are. Remember we talked about actually giving it away. You don't want to say, that's what this video is about, bye. What you want to say is, here it is. Meditations are blah, 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 blah. Affirmations are blah, 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 blah. The difference between the two is blah, 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 blah. And, I walk you through the difference between the two in this video. And after you've watched this video, you'll get a clear understanding of the difference between the two and why you should lean towards one or the other. And, you could share your feelings about it. I think that is a good, so think about it. We've used the word meditation. We've used the word affirmation. We've used the word searching. We've used the word starting. We've used all those things because those are variables that are potentially going to come up when somebody searches something about this video. And hopefully we want the video description and title to match someone looking for that. And what we're doing is we're riding on the coattails of the possibility that eventually your channel is going to not only attract exactly those people, but people that are also, you want to get on the radar for people looking for a voiceover. And here's something else too, some of these people searching for this right now, they're interested in the topic. Maybe they want to be meditation people that produce their own meditation next year. Maybe they haven't figured it out yet. They're going to follow you. They're going to know you. You're going to be an expert by then. You know what I'm saying? It's a big net we're putting together to attract the right type of people. Again, it's a long road. So I think getting you a copy of this video as soon as possible so you can review it and listen to it before you do version 2
Okay.
is going to help. So that hopefully that answered your hashtags and description and title. I like your title, by the way. I think you'd always change it. After we watch the video, we may massage it a little bit and see, but yeah. Any other questions on what was in your head when you were putting it together? Like you're like,
this is another just detail.
Yes.
On one of your videos, on your very final frame, it says click here to subscribe, and it has your face in it, and you can actually touch the screen right there.
Yes.
How do you do that?
That is a factor of the platform. So I know for a fact that you were watching that on YouTube. When you upload a video on YouTube, within YouTube, you can actually go to the end screen, and it only gives you 20 seconds. You have 20 seconds to do it. You can do something shorter. You could set the 20 seconds, and then you can set where the subscribe active link is and where the, I think it's subscribe or watch the next video,
Yeah, that's on there too.
or watch another
Recommended
video.
video.
You may be interested in this. That's a YouTube thing. And what you do is you build, and I built it in either Photoshop or Pixelmator or Keynote. I built a frame, an end frame.
Yeah.
That has those. I've done a couple. I think I've got a few of them.
It looks sharp.
It looks finished and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then they also have plugins that will do that as well, and you just kind of put it at the last 20 seconds. And then once you load the video up there, you line up those hot clickable points with the graphics themselves, and you focus it in there. And then when you upload another video, YouTube goes, do you want to put them in the same position as last time? The last video you uploaded it, so it knows, so you don't have to set it again. Yeah. So
Cool.
so the answer is that is a function of the platform. Now here's where it gets messy. And this is why my workflow course becomes so valuable, is because now if you're going to upload that to LinkedIn or Facebook, or going to put it somewhere else, they may not only have different resolutions, different sizes, or if it's vertical or whatever. If you have that end screen, it's not going to make sense now on Facebook. So when you finish your video, I export one for YouTube. Okay, now I'll take that thing part off. Now here's the export version for Facebook. Here's the export version for Instagram, or whatever you're going to do. So I think one of the things I suggested was just deal with one for right now, and let's just get a bunch on there. You could always go back and upload the same content on a different thing later.
Okay.
And it's a lot of production and process. And so,
Well, I love this stuff more than anything.
I know you're good at it.
I'm into it.
Let's talk about the cuts. Let's talk about fades. I feel, God, I just saw this thing, Martin Scorsese something. It was really interesting. He talked about, I was on Instagram. I saw it comes up. You can see what my feed looks like. It's all nerdy editors and producers and studio guys.
I love it.
It is really cool. He talked about, and I loved it. I love what he said. He says, for me, he said really the creative process is the cut, because you can have footage over here and this person, and then the footage, another angle on the other side, and the cut is really, to me, what makes the movie. He says, because you could shift the 3 frames on this side and shift 3 frames on this side, and then that cut does something else. It drives a different type of emotion. So, but it's true, and I know we're only talking about a cut between 2 different things, but the cut does say a lot. So let's dumb that down, and I'll give you just my vibe on it. I think a fade is a little bit. Let's take out the trendiness of it, because right now, like those fast cuts, and is you're right. That is the style.
Yeah, that's why I was unsure. I don't want to be. You said try to make your videos timeless.
Yes.
So I thought about that too.
Yes, and it's more, to me, you're doing content that is not about the cuts, and it's not a piece of candy. You have some information, and that's really what TikTok and stuff is. 15 seconds of it's a visual candy, right? So they want to get as much as they can. To me, the style has become a trend and a style, because people don't know other kind of cuts. They don't even know that this, it's probably the quickest and dirtiest and it's the quickest way to do it, to fit whatever their joke is or whatever their little piece of eye candy is into 15 seconds to put on TikTok. Which comes first, the style or you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even think of that.
Your stuff has more weight. You're teaching somebody something. And so I would use, here's what I see. A cut is kind of like, I'm gonna back up one. A cut's quick, and here's to me what a cut does. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm on the left side of the frame right now too, right? So if I'm talking to you and you're probably looking right in my eyes, and I cut, and then my face is over here on the next cut, your eyes have to, but I got I'm trying to look at something. Okay. Oh God. I have this. This is a microphone clip. So if I'm over here talking to you in here, and in the next cut, I show you a graphic of this microphone clip where I'm all crooked here. Hold on a second. If this micro, right where my eyes, if I cut and that's there, your eye, I have automatically put your concentration right where I wanted it. So a cut could quickly capture somebody's attention without moving it because you're looking at the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Be cognizant of where their eye was from that cut and where it's going to be in the graphic or the
Okay.
next. So that's
Okay.
one thing. To me, that's the power of a quick cut like that too. To me, also a fade when you blur into one thing and you fade into another one. It's kind of a soft. To me, I use that from like, okay, hey, let's take a look at Julie's video, and then we play your video, and then there's a freeze frame of you at the end. Then I would maybe kind of slowly fade back to our conversation. Wow, that was really cool. I liked how you did this. It's just kind of like, all right, it's taking your attention now, and it's all got a vibe. And there's
Okay.
cuts, you've seen the cuts where the screen will actually move to the left and move to the right, and the whole thing drops down, or something. There's a ton of different cuts. They all say something. They're all colors that you're painting with.
Okay.
And here's another thing.
Great.
Do you
That's a
want?
great answer. They don't all have to be the same throughout the video.
No, but here's the other thing. Cuts, and this is an amateur move. I think a lot of people do. Do you want your video to be about the cuts? Do you want people to notice the cuts?
Right.
Not
Right.
Not really, right?
Right.
You almost want them to disappear. I do
Right.
that when I'm editing audio. If you make a mistake, I want you to not even notice it.
Right.
So are you going for transparency where you don't even see it? Sometimes the cuts in a film, or they make, the montage and how quick they are, that gives the cuts and the pace. It's all about attention. I think it's better to say, okay, I want to use the cuts and use the editing to help me get my true personality. You want the emotion to come through. That's really what should drive any of the other decisions you make, is really making that emotional connection for what this piece is. So, and that goes for lighting, that goes for what you're saying, that goes for the pacing, being frantic and energy and quick. Those are all tools. And once you can remove yourself from the technical part of it, which is hard, because Julie, when we make videos, we're the lighting technician, we're the production person, we're the director, we're the producer, we're the writer, we're the person that does the outfits, we're everything. We're the, what do they call the people that we're the caterers? We're we're catering, we're doing everything for this film, right? I mean, yes, it's a smaller version of it, but yeah, so it's really important to get it all set up and then just focus on Linda Martin. Focus on your avatar, on your person that you're talking to. That's the muscle that you want to try to do. And you're going to get better at it quicker, hopefully, with when I say my guidance, all that I'm doing is I'm giving you my shortcuts because I learned and watched it. Dude, I would do like a 15-minute video and then do the whole thing. And then I told you this before. I realized that the audio was like totally off. Or, I'm like, oh my God, I just did the whole thing. Or you go through and there's like a little piece of lint from where I washed my glasses that's like hanging down here and I didn't see it, or what. I don't know what, something. That stuff happens. Like I just recorded for an hour and a half and I can't use any of that footage. I'm going to jump out the window. Oh my God, that's happened. So or I record and it's like, boy, this is not anything. If I pretend I'm watching this, am I somebody searching for this and I found this? This is not what I want. This is not what I want. That's what we're trying to avoid by just sharing with you my approach and mindset to these things. I know you have the talent and the personality to do this, and I know you have the technical prowess. Where are these words coming from today?
Hey.
Yeah, so I know that you can, you've got all the tools. It's going to be good. And I'm talking a lot. Tell me some more questions. What are the things you're thinking of?
Okay. The other question I had for you about this stuff is, you had said that you would want to include a testimonial. Is
Yes.
it imperative that that's in every single video? Because I might be reaching and like having to use the same example more than once.
No, you can.
Okay.
You can. So let's let's give weight to all of the things in this video so we can prioritize them.
Okay.
This video for your viewer is to teach them about affirmations and the difference between meditation. This video for you is a marketing piece. So depending upon what you're looking at is different. So what I would do in this case is I would have two. I would say I have two very small examples, and they're both from clients that wanted me to do. So here's a client that asked me to do a meditation, and I'm going to just read you a little part of it. And we know meditations are this. So so blah, 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 calming and whatever. So you do the meditation. So, and then you could prove, do you see how that was just putting you in a place? It's suggesting these things. That's meditation. You could show the things. Here's another client that asked me to do a voiceover for an affirmation. And then you read, always be nice to your brother and sister because you'll be judged when you're in heaven and you're going to get your ass kicked and you'll have to go to the bad place. So do you see that affirmation did these things, and that's why it's an affirmation. So you can see the difference between them both. From your standpoint, it was just inferring that, people are asking. I see people actually hire her to do voiceover. That's all that's doing. That's all the those two things. You're just dropping. You're showing people come to you. You're not asking them. You're just, after they watch this video to learn what they want to learn because they've searched it, they just go, now you're branding yourself. Now, if somebody said, who's that Julie? People hire her for voiceover stuff, but she loves all about meditation, and she knows, and I learned a lot about it. I liked meditation, but I didn't know how much until I started watching her videos, because she's really teaching me the difference and what it's all about and what it can do. Yeah, you're a meditation coach. You're helping people. You're getting people to dive deeper into meditation is really what you're doing, and teaching them that you are great at you're branding yourself as a voiceover artist. So just to recap, in their minds, that little drop of that little suggestion, that nudge of a testimonial reference as listed in the marketing course is just a suggestion that they're getting. But for you, it's an important part of marketing.
Okay.
It's just it's a nod. It's a mention is really all it is in your video. But you're using it to actually illustrate your point.
Right.
So if you weave it in, it's even more transparent, but it's still doing the branding power.
No, that's good. That's really good information.
And if you don't, and I'll tell you this right now, Julie, if you don't have two clients that have asked you to voice that, you actually may, but if let's just say you're somebody who's just starting, it's okay to pretend or to ask a friend to, hey, would you write, so-and-so, would you write me I know you dig meditation like I do, make your own meditation and send it to me. I want to do a voiceover for it. Okay, I'll do that for you. Okay, then you just say, a friend asked me to do a voiceover for their meditation. Just, you can seed this a little bit. I don't think, and I've said this before, if somebody goes, so did somebody hire you for that? You go, no, that was actually a friend that sent it to me. And you could even say that. You could say, a friend had wanted me to voice their meditation, and here's what it is. You don't have to say a 6-figure client from Madison Avenue sent me this script. You're lying. You don't want to do that.
Right.
But
right.
Just make sure you're showing that people are coming to you, and you can see it in the beginning. I would never lie. I would never say, here's one I did for Amazon.com. It's not. If you did, put it in there. If you haven't yet, we're working on that. We're getting to that part, but you can seed it a little bit. I'll tell you right now, the very first submissions I talked about were friends of mine. And I said, hey, do you want me to produce your audio? Yeah. All right. Send me an audio script and I'll do it. Or send me a sample of your audio and I'll do it for you. I had them walk through the process, but I'm explaining to you that it's okay to seed it. Don't feel guilty for doing that.
Okay.
If you do it correctly, you won't be doing it for long. You'll start getting submissions.
Right.
That's the point. Mm-hmm.
Right. This is a tech question.
Yep.
I have some software called Create Studio that I like playing around in. It asked me if I wanted to import my footage as an alpha channel while importing my video. And I didn't know what that meant, and I couldn't really get the grasp of what it meant when I typed it in Google. I know what an alpha channel is, a transparency.
Yes, like green screen.
Yeah, but why did it? I don't understand what it was asking me. Does that mean so I can? I don't know. Do you know what
Yeah,
that
so you made a session in Create Studio, and it says, "Do you want to import this as an alpha channel?"
It said, yeah. It said. Now I
It's
don't
okay.
know
So
the exact
here's
wording that they said.
yeah, it gives you an option. So let's just say if you had green screen behind you,
Okay.
you would import it as an alpha channel.
Okay.
I believe. I'm fairly certain.
That makes sense.
Do you know the difference between like say a JPEG and a .png file? A PNG file would be like an alpha channel. It's just a video
Yeah.
format of that too. So
Okay.
it can be transparent. So
Okay.
here's how we do it. If you had a green screen behind you and you masked the green, so it's just you and there was nothing right here where the blue is in my head, that footage masked, like you removed the green screen,
Yeah.
that would now be an alpha channel you would need to import. Otherwise, the green would still, or it'll be black. Yeah, so
Got it.
it's just saying, are you going to be doing masking green screen work with this file? And it's fairly common these days for people home studio because they don't have a background that they want to show. You know, to me, I feel like as long as there is contrast and my face is flesh colored and I've got blues, and dark blues are always good for my complexion. Here's me, I have the complexion of a newborn hamster. I'm red. I always say that. I've got this red-pink kind of skin that sunburns really quickly and easily, and just dark blues and dark purples and that stuff I think goes better with my skin. So I like this, but it's contrast. You see, I stand out in the back, and I think that's really all you need. I don't want people looking at it does, yes, it says what I want you to, especially in the situation where it's right and left and me and you, I want people just to see and connect with what we're saying in this instance. Again, I'm just using all the tools I can to try to focus people in the right direction. Can you put stuff in the back? Absolutely. Can you you could do whatever you want. I'm just saying that's my thought process. And don't freak out too much about it is my point. It's just,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good.
You did great, by the way, and I think we got a lot of good information. I feel like for me, you've allowed me to share a lot of good information, not only to you, but to other people that are going through the marketing course and are taking that first step. I think we're helping them also kind of see things, and seeing your first lump and mold of clay on the table, I think it takes a lot of guts. People would freak out about that. It's like because really, really what's happened, Julie, you're like, oh no, I didn't post it. Well, we're posting it because it's in this video. You know what I mean?
That's fine. It's just not finished. I think that's why I mainly had that reaction.
No,
I don't have my graphics and stuff on it.
Yeah, we're using it for a whole different purpose here. But
that's right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh no, it's not done yet. I would never post it. Well, it's out.
It's out. Sorry, girl.
It's already gone. It's done. So I say this all the time, but I appreciate you being an open book. You're letting people backstage to really kind of break this apart. You're going to help a lot of people. And I think at the end of this, when we get a couple videos up, I definitely want to put in the description of these videos, like, hey, here's how to follow Julie, because I think there could be voiceover marketing people that will follow you to watch what's going on too, which is a whole different separate.
Right. I was thinking about that. If I were not me, I would be so interested in this whole I love behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. So it's producer stuff is really what we're working on.
Yeah.
So let's wrap up by talking about, let's just talk about just kind of a game plan. So you're really going to probably start over with this video, right?
That's fine.
I think it was 2.5 minutes. So really it's probably going to be under 2 minutes.
That's great.
And boy, you could do a ton of these, right? I mean, just work on one right now, but it's not like you're writing a feature film. And I like the music, but that's we'll worry about that last when we talk about it's really about capturing the audio. Oh, I almost totally forgot. I have a whole nother thing for you.
All right.
This is a whole nother thing. I think this is really important.
Okay.
I believe, and I'm going to use my phone.
Okay.
I believe that, and I could be totally wrong here, and this would be my suggestion. One of the other things that was really a little bit of a hurdle for me to get through your video is the fact that it was static. Like you're in this room and you've got all these cuts. So I want to free you and give you an opportunity. You don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
You're talking about a voiceover artist, and I think something is quiet only if it's next to something loud. Something has a lot of echo on it if it's close to something that doesn't have any echo on it. You'll notice the difference. If I'm wearing striped plaid, it'll be even louder if I'm up against a solid background. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking you could do is you really could do your first bullet points like in your backyard, in your car. You could be, hey, I'm Julie. You know what I'm saying? And it could be the phone audio is fine as long as it's not a big echoey chamber.
Okay.
I'm just throwing this out there. You push record.
Okay.
Hey, it's Julie. A lot of people are asking me. I'm holding my phone here just so you could see this. Hey, I'm Julie. A lot of people are asking me what. Or I'm. If you're interested in voice, rewind. See what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're interested in meditation, one of the first questions that came to me was, what's the difference between meditation and affirmation? It's a great question. I had it when I first started getting into this. My name is Julie, by the way. I'm actually a voiceover artist, and I specialize in meditation. You know, this is the first 2 bullet points. Then the science or the information, the business is what I referred to it as. When you talk about the 2, so you go from this quick cut. It's really just 2 bullet points. The question, the introduction, showing your personality and your brand quickly. And then you could switch back to the studio now. Now you switch to your microphone and you're really just voicing your own keynote, right? Then when you come back, you could hold up your phone and then also maybe record on your microphone. So you could do it a ton of different ways. This may be just easier. Instead of having it, maybe you have your phone mounted in front of you, but maybe you handhold it while you're reading the script so it looks like it's moving just a little bit. You know what I mean? Or you turn this way and then you've got your bookcase behind you for one video, whatever you want to do.
Just not make it so boring.
What?
Oh, it's stagnant.
Just stagnant. You've got visual options here too. My point is, if just some of your video has a really great sound, your mic sound is going to sound really good next to your phone outside sound, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you could say, hey, by the way, I'm a voiceover artist and you're talking and I actually voice the meditations, blah, blah, blah. Then you can go, that's my point. That will help you even mix it up one step further. So it's just not cut in front of the wall here.
Right.
But you can't, that could be one of the things. Maybe that's one of the bullet points is in front of the wall, just like you're talking to me now.
Yeah. All right.
So now you have options.
Great. That's great information. That's a great idea.
Good. So you're probably going to start over. You're going to rethink maybe this whole thing. We're going to work on just being more you. We're going to work on leaning on the editing to allow you to time shift, to think in real time, and to focus on your avatar, which is just the one person. So I think that's kind of summing up really what we're going to do. Have chunks like, okay, the first 2 bullet points I'm going to do here. And that's really all I have to talk about right now because I've got a roadmap and I know where I'm going because I've thought it through. But it's just the first bullet points and that's what I'm going to do in my car. Or I'm going to go to the park and I'm going to sit and say, hey, introduce yourself. And just you don't even have to bring a script. You know what you're going to describe is the definition between these things. And be, when you told me before that you were in the service industry, you worked at a restaurant. When you approach a table, you probably say something to warm it up. Hey guys, you guys all look so nice. You're probably going out after this. I'll get you in and out if you've got reservations or you're catching a flight or you're going to go see a show or something. Let me just tell you about the specials. You do something to warm it up and think about that same thing. I know you do that, right? You're good at that.
Yeah. I did it all night for 25 years. I think I can pull from that because, when you're brand new server, you walk up to your table and you're like, yeah.
The specials. What are the specials? What are the specials?
So I want it. I can pull from that because that's how I feel right now. One of the cameras on me. I'm like, hi,
I know. It's
I don't need to
natural.
be that girl.
That's what
I don't
happens.
need to be that girl.
So think about this. You're approaching a table and you take a first glance of maybe what people are wearing, what they look like, what's the dynamic, how big is the family, how small is the family, is it a date, is it one person, is it 8 people, whatever. You inadvertently soak up a ton of information, and that helps you decide what to open with. Okay, so let's do the same thing now for this person. What do we know about them? Well, they're first starting into meditation because they're looking these things up, these 2 things that I'm going to talk about. So they're probably newbies. So maybe I'll say, welcome. Hey, you may be new to the meditation, because we know that about them because they're searching up something really simple, right? So you may be really new to meditation. And I had this one question when I first started. So you're relating to them already. There's a reason behind what you're doing. And that's why I kind of tiptoe. You may be this person, you may be this person, or you may be this. I'm really talking to myself. I may say, you may be just starting meditation. You may be interested in meditation, but you don't know what affirmations are. Or you may be really into affirmations, you don't know what meditation is. I'm going to answer the question and show you the difference between these two. Basically, what I'm saying is, you're at the right restaurant. I'm glad you're at my table. That's really what you're saying. So that is... good. I can see your wheels are turning. You're going to be great. It's going to be good. I can't wait to see the next version. And this next version is going to be better than the first one. How could it not be, right? We've talked about all these things, and I think you feel better about it and you're excited about doing it. So
yes, definitely. I think this is really fun.
Good. Yeah, I was looking forward to this part of our interaction because gosh, there's so many things you can do, and you know so much about this stuff to somebody that's just starting. It's like you've got this endless amount. And as you learn, you could share new things as you find more people, as you do. Well, here's the brilliant part of this whole thing is you are going to be given, as you establish yourself and your channel grows and you attract more people and you get more subscribers, and people are going to send you scripts. You're going to work on projects that you're going to want to share. Oh my God, I had no idea this person even existed. Apparently, they've been doing meditation for years, and they're really famous in Canada. And they came to me to do a meditation, and I went back and listened to their, I'm pulling this out of my butt.
Right.
I went back and listened to their first, couple years, and I love it, and you got to check them out. I just did their new whatever course, and I'll read you a section of it, but I want you to see these people. I mean, the content that the potential clients that come to you is going to be content for your channel, and you just will build and build and build and cultivate an audience. So understanding these ideas and putting these concepts are really broadcasting concepts and ways to connect with an audience, and you're just amplifying the skills that you have naturally and kind of making sure you stay on the rails. Now it's going to as you get more content later, it's going to be easier for you to go, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know what my intro is going to be. You'll start seeing stuff that way.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
Okay, the next time we get together, we're going to see version 2.0 of the video. Thanks again, Julie. I'm looking forward. I can't wait to see it.
Me too. Thank you.